What's up everybody, Steve here. Today I'm going to talk about 10 ways that you can pay off your mortgage early. Alright, so let's jump into it. The first one is a 10-year mortgage. So a lot of people, when they go to purchase a property and they're looking for real estate, they're going to get pre-approved many times over a 30-year note. Now, by doing it over a 30-year amortization, your payment is going to be much lower than if you were to do a 15-year amortization. However, if you did it on a 15-year note, you're going to pay off your mortgage in 15 years as opposed to 30 years. The second one is buying and flipping your primary residence. This is a strategy that I've used for years. I actually just recently flipped my primary residence, and I'll put a link down below so you guys can look at the financials associated with that. And essentially what that does is you're able to, if you have a realized gain after living in the property for 2 years, that will be tax-free. And essentially you can take that money and roll it into the next property. So if you did that and lived within your means, then you can eventually pay off a house fairly quickly. And I was actually able to do that within a 48-month period. The third way to pay off a mortgage in a timely manner would be bi-monthly payments. So let's say your payment is $1,000 a month. What you would do, instead of paying $1,000 a month, you pay $500 twice a month, and that'll actually equate to one extra full payment per year. Which leads me into number 4. If you have the discipline to do it, then you can just make an extra payment per year. So if you're paying $1,000 a month, you have $12,000 of payments over a 12-month period. You throw another $1,000 as a final payment, depending on what month you want to do it. And you can equate to having 13 monthly payments, which will pay down your mortgage. And be sure you understand that anytime you guys are paying down a mortgage, many times you have to specify to your lender that you guys actually want that money to go down to principal pay down. Number 5 is simply rounding up. So many times when you get your statement, you can pay additional on your statement, as previously mentioned, toward principal amount. So let's say you have a mortgage and it's $1,100, and you want to round that up to $1,200, extra $100 a month on each payment, and that's going to assist in principal pay down. All right, number 6 would be a lump sum. So a lot of people are in, say, a commission-based occupation, or maybe you were able to sell another asset, or maybe you had some sort of inheritance that you could utilize those funds to throw down on that mortgage. So you could say, let's say you took $30,000, dropped it on that mortgage, you just reduce your principal balance by $30,000. The next option is to actually downsize. I know a lot of people got into mortgages and they're a little nervous right now, especially with insurance hikes and everything. So you might be able to, if you have the opportunity, to downsize, and you could actually maybe downsize out of that home and even go into a 15-year mortgage instead. Number 8 would be a multi-family acquisition, where you could actually live on one side, rent the other side out, or maybe there's a mother-in-law suite that you can rent out, which will actually bring me into my next thing, would be house hacking. So essentially, you could rent a room out, you could rent a garage out. If you have a yard, you can rent the yard out. Maybe if you have a shed, you could rent a shed out. And lastly would be a combination of any of these factors. So you could do maybe house hacking and add an additional payment per year. So any kind of variable combination that you guys can come up with to eliminate your mortgage would be the ideal situation. I have another video on all the benefits associated with being free and clear on where you live. Check out that video next, and I appreciate you being here. Thanks a lot.